On the 20th of April 1936, Italy invaded Ethiopia, hoping to avenge her defeat at the Battle of Adwa 40 years earlier at the hands of the Ethiopian army. Italy, faced with a protracted war, released a poisonous gas on the Ethiopian peasants, killing nearly 300,000 people in 1937. The Ethiopian emperor, exiled in Britain, sought the aid of the League of Nations to avert Italy's unprovoked aggression.
With the belief that he would kill two birds with one stone, he joined the League of Nations, hoping that any member of the League of Nations, who were all colonial powers, were to attack Ethiopia, then members of the League of Nations would come to the aid of Ethiopia. So that was a God-given opportunity. But unfortunately, it was some of the few, particularly Britain and France, protagonists of the League of Nations, that faltered on their pledges, connived against Ethiopia with Italy, and gave all the necessary moral support for Italy to commit aggression on us.
By 1939, the blind support for Italy by Britain and France to keep Italy on their side had failed. The Axis power, with over 50,000 men in North Africa and the imminent invasion of Egypt for the control of the Suez Canal, meant that Ethiopia was to prove to be a valuable ally. Africa was to enter the war through one of her oldest empires on a broken promise. In 1939, Hitler's grand plan for the conquest of Europe was gathering momentum. By February 1941, Hitler sent the Afrika Korps under Field Marshal Rommel to North Africa. Within weeks, the Axis power poured in Tripolitania, pushing through Bardia, Benghazi, Mirza Matruh, and Sidi Barrani, outmaneuvering British troops, claiming over 50,000 prisoners of war. Meanwhile, in Egypt, Churchill pressed upon his allies for the safeguard of the Suez Canal and the island of Malta. But it was Britain and Churchill that needed a victory. He sent in a new commander, and on the 8th of April 1941, the Second Battle of Alamein began. Rommel's hopes of sweeping the Allies out of the Mediterranean through North Africa and meeting with the Axis troops in the Caucasus were quickly dashed. Hitler, preoccupied with the invasion of Russia, denied him the material support. By October 1942, Africa gave the Allies their first decisive victory against Germany on a desert plateau.
It is regrettably true that Africa's contribution to the Second World War efforts has been usually understated. In fact, if at all reflected in the media of the European countries. The facts are that Africa, in terms of the Second World War, had two major forces, the Royal West African Frontier Force and the Kenya African Rifles, or rather the King's African Rifles. And these two forces fought to the extent of 372,000 people during the Second World War fighting for Britain. These two forces appeared and fought gallantly in 3 of the major conquests during the Second World War. In Burma, the defeat of the Japanese between 44 and 45, there were troops from Africa who fought in that. The defeat of the Italians in Abyssinia and Somaliland, there were Africans who fought there. And the reoccupation of Madagascar against the Vichy French, the Africans fought there. So I do believe that that fact deserves to be better recognized in European media.
A máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ oko, à ń ro oko là máa ń ro iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀. Mo ní àwọn.
At long last, the battle has ended. And thus, Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. From now on, there is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole of earth. Our independence is meaningless unless it takes up the total reflection of the African freedom. Freedom. God bless you.